In Resident Evil 4, you find your way in a hostile village. With every step you take deeper in the cult-like village, the foes you face become seemingly more and more sinister. At first, it's not clear why you're fighting villagers in a Resident Evil game. Then it's revealed. They're infected. Not only that, they are being controlled by a cult. A cult seemingly based around a parasitic organism called Las Plagas.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems.
Las Plagas is a Spanish word that translates into the plagues. In Resident Evil 4, spoiler alert, they control the Ganados, and in Resident Evil 5, they control the Majini. It turns its hosts into hostile minions to whoever controls them. Unlike their zombie counterparts, the Ganados and Majinis aren't mindless. They are capable of communication, thought, and they can use technology. They also use weapons against their enemies. However, they are completely void of higher reasoning. Plaga is a type of parasite that changes the behavior of the infected. It attaches itself internally to the host's nervous system. The Plaga is a social organism. A host infected by the Plaga can communicate and work together with other hosts infected by the Plaga. The Plaga communicates via ultra-high frequency sound waves. The Plaga do have a collective intelligence akin to a hive mind. As the Plaga grows inside the host can experience side effects such as coughing up blood, blood flowing from the eyes, convulsions, sudden unconsciousness, hallucinations, swelling and discoloration of blood vessels, and discoloration of the iris. Last but not least, the eyes of the infected have been seen to glow in dark settings. The Plaga has been seen to have a high adaptability rate, as they have possessed dogs. Through experimentation, the Plaga can be used to create many abominations, including the El Gigante, Regeneradors or Iron Maidens, Novistadors, the U3, and the Vertigos. The Plaga parasite can possibly reflect the conscience of the hosts. A Plaga's control over the host can be resisted or can be overcome. It is also witnessed that on death, those infected with the Plaga, the host disintegrates into a black or yellow goo. When head trauma is caused to a host, it is possible for the Plaga to expose itself where the head of the host would be. The Plaga shown changes depending on the Plaga type. Plaga A will look like a pulsating mass of flesh with waving tentacles. With the longest tentacle, it will be armed with a scythe-like blade. Plaga B looks like a bug with 5 legs. This Plaga can extend its entire body from the host to attack. Plaga C, capable of spitting acid, looks like a spider that can actually detach itself from the host's body after death. Type 1 Plaga can be treated with suppressors or can be removed surgically. Type 2 and Type 3 Plaga are genetically modified versions of Las Plagas that was manipulated by Albert Wesker and the Tricell Company. Dominant species of Plaga can be created through genetic modification, giving the host complete control over the parasite. The Plaga was first discovered by a religious group known as the Los Illuminados. When the Plaga parasites were found, they initially seemed dead. For thousands of years, they remained under a castle. Some were found fossilized. Despite fossilization, there were living Plaga spores within the fossils. The Los Illuminados hired miners to excavate Las Plagas, and the miners breathed in these spores, which allowed parasites to grow. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you love Resident Evil 4 like I do, don't forget to subscribe. I talk about all things relating to video games. If you're into tech, games, news, and other things like that, check out my other videos. You won't be disappointed.